Welcome to the Bitcoin Transition. Bitcoin Essentials Course, Module 1, Lesson 2. In the previous lesson, we learned about the history of money and why that matters. In this lesson, we will look at the properties of money. Before we begin, a quick disclaimer. This course is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Pause the video here if you'd like to read the full disclaimer in detail. Properties of money. We're looking at a comparison between gold, fiat currency, and Bitcoin across the key traits of sound money. Let's break it down. Fungibility, all three rank high. One unit is interchangeable with another. Non-consumable, also high. You don't use up Bitcoin, gold, or fiat by consuming it. Portability, gold struggles here. It's heavy. Fiat is moderate. Bitcoin, instantly portable across the globe. Durability, paper degrades. Gold and Bitcoin last indefinitely. Divisibility, you can't exactly break a gold bar into small, everyday chunks. Bitcoin, on the other hand, is divisible down to 100 million satoshis. Security, Bitcoin is virtually unhackable. Gold can be faked. Fiat can be printed at will. Easy to transact with, Bitcoin wins again. Instant, borderless, low-fee transactions. Gold is much slower and limited. Fiat, yes, is accepted everywhere in that particular country, but internationally, it requires foreign exchange. Scarcity, fiat fails here. Central banks print trillions. Gold has a moderate stock-to-flow ratio. Bitcoin, it has a hard cap of 21 million coins or 2.1 quadrillion satoshis, as there are 100 million satoshis per Bitcoin. That makes it the hardest money ever created. More on this later. Sovereignty of fiat is entirely controlled by governments. Gold is physical but still subject to confiscation. Bitcoin is owned directly by you. Decentralization, only Bitcoin is truly decentralized. No single authority can control it. Programmability, Bitcoin can be used in smart contracts and automated payments. Gold and fiat, not even close. Lastly, store of value. Gold and Bitcoin rank high here. Fiat is low. So what does this all mean? It means that Bitcoin is perfect money. It's the first asset in history to combine the store of value of gold, the spendability of cash, and the speed and programmability of the internet. Fiat currency has lost its final pillar. It no longer stores value, so by definition, it can only be referred to as a currency and not money. That's why Bitcoin isn't just a better money, it's the next step in the evolution of money. Understanding hard money. The stock-to-flow ratio and hard money. Let's talk about what makes money hard. In the world of sound money, hardness refers to how difficult it is to increase the supply, and the best way to measure that is with the stock-to-flow ratio. The stock-to-flow ratio. Stock, the total existing supply of a monetary asset, the cumulative amount that has been mined, produced, or extracted and is currently available for use or storage. Flow, the annual rate of new production. How much of the asset is added to the total supply each year through mining or minting. The stock-to-flow ratio is calculated by dividing the total stock by the annual flow. A higher stock-to-flow ratio indicates greater scarcity, a key trait of sound money. So the calculation for the stock-to-flow ratio is stock divided by the flow equals the stock-to-flow ratio. If you're finding this helpful, please take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel. It might seem small, but every like, comment, and subscriber helps boost the algorithm and spread this message further. Everything here is shared freely, with the hope of bringing more peace and prosperity to the world through Bitcoin education. Your support truly makes a difference. Gold's stock-to-flow ratio is about 70. This means it would take approximately 70 years of current gold production to replenish the existing above-ground gold supply, highlighting gold's high scarcity and monetary reliability. Fiat. In normal years, major fiat currencies like the US dollar, the Great British Pound, the Euro, and the Australian dollar have a stock-to-flow ratio of around 20, meaning their supply increases steadily but predictably. However, in times of crisis, such as 2020, central banks rapidly expand the money supply. The US dollar's stock-to-flow ratio, for example, collapsed to just 3.84 during the COVID-19 response, highlighting fiat's elasticity and its vulnerability to inflationary shocks. Bitcoin. As of April 2024, Bitcoin's current stock-to-flow ratio is approximately 121. This means it would take 121 years at the current issuance rate to double the existing supply, a level of scarcity unmatched by any other asset. So why does the stock-to-flow ratio matter? Throughout history, societies have gravitated toward hard money, money with a high stock-to-flow ratio. Why? Because soft money, money with a low stock-to-flow ratio, gets debased. Over time, it loses purchasing power, eroding trust and destroying savings. Take the Roman denarius as an example. Once minted with nearly pure silver, it was gradually diluted with base metals, until it became worthless, and the empire collapsed shortly after. The end of sound money. Under the gold standard 1870 to 1914, the world experienced a rare era of stability. Low inflation, balanced trade, and long-term investment were the norm. Why? Because governments couldn't print at will, money was backed by gold, and debt was kept in check. But in 1971, everything changed. The world abandoned gold and embraced fiat currency. Since then, central banks have printed trillions with no restraint. Inflation is now systemic. Boom and bust cycles have become a feature, not a bug. Bitcoin. The return of hard money. Bitcoin flips the broken fiat system on its head. It enforces monetary discipline with a hard cap of 21 million coins fixed by code. No bailouts. No manipulation. No inflation. The stock-to-flow ratio of Bitcoin already surpasses that of gold. Every 4 years, Bitcoin's stock-to-flow ratio increases. Transitioning to Bitcoin protects your wealth, not just today, but for decades to come. In a world of endless money, printing hard money wins. If you're finding this valuable, you'll love the full Bitcoin Essentials course, completely free, over at thebitcointransition.org. Inside, you'll get structured lessons, downloadable resources, bonus content, and everything you need to start living on a Bitcoin standard. Head to thebitcointransition.org and get started today for free.